We're mic'd up with Montgomery.
Welcome to Real Talk, where real estate meets real conversations.
I'm Sean Harvey.
I'm Brittany Newhart.
How are you, Brittany?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So, people want to know the real Sean Harvey, okay? Not real estate Sean Harvey, not city commissioner Sean Harvey, but the real Sean Harvey.
And I feel like they should also know the real Brittany.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
So I got like fun icebreakers. So we're going to go over this because I feel like I know you pretty well, but also like you've got a fun side.
And these are totally unrehearsed. I have never read these questions, so we're going to see how this goes.
I pulled a list and I'm like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
So, first one is, if you were a kitchen appliance, which one would you be and why?
I would be a wine chiller because everybody would be excited to see me.
And also it's like a rare thing. Like people don't always have them. Yeah, you're so rare.
Like redheads, yeah.
Redheads. Yeah, see? You'd be a red wine chiller. I'd probably have to say like a fridge or something because I'm so cool. I'm just kidding. No. I'd say a fridge because I'm probably always snacking. That's one thing. I like to snack. I'm not like a big meal person. Like if somebody was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a dinner party and it's all appetizers," that's my thing. I love that.
I like that too.
Yes, appetizer person. Yeah. So, what's your? I could totally win this if it were an Olympic sport type of skill. That's not real estate. Can't say real.
Oh, that is a good question.
I don't know.
Like, I feel like I can back a trailer pretty good.
That is true. I actually can. Okay, maybe not a trailer, but a car. Like we had this driver's ed test and we had to go, I don't know, there's this deal where we had to go like down and turn and I could back up and come back and I did really good. Can't hit the grass.
Hey, that
I did pretty good. Yeah. And I was
so look out, everybody. Brittany can back a car.
I can, and I can parallel park. I'm actually pretty good at parallel park. So that's not bad. I'm really good at giving directions for like when we're in town. We get
now
lost.
Let's phone Randy and see if that's true or not.
It is and it isn't. Okay. So say we went on vacation. My dad's driving. I pull up the deal. I can walk him through getting there. But I did get us lost. But it wasn't my fault. The guy sent us. So when you go out of state, this is one thing that sucks about big towns. Okay. There was 2 addresses. You know how like all the cities are really close and they all just kind of touch. And he accidentally, instead of saying Orlando or Kissimmee, he said Orlando. Oh. And there's the same address. So we went 45 minutes on the road. Our place was only 10 minutes from the airport.
One way or round trip?
No, we had to go there and back. Yeah. Round trip. So it was very frustrating.
At least you got to see the sights.
No, the highway.
Yeah,
in rush hour traffic.
And she said she was good at directions.
Okay, I'm good at giving them. I'm not good at getting the accurate address. Okay, what's the weirdest thing you believed as a kid? That like snakes couldn't climb stairs.
Or if you hold your face a certain way, it's gonna stick like that.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, it won't. I mean, it might.
If your kids are listening, I'm sorry, but it's not.
Yeah, a lot of white lies.
Yeah,
but we do that too. Like, they quit their
show. If you don't do this, I am going to do this. And it's like, probably not, but put the fear of God in them.
Yeah, my husband is a pushover with our kids. I'm like, you have to stick to it.
Yeah. It's tough, though. It's like
like, don't promise them.
Are you going to be sad without your phone?
Yeah.
It's like, it's so dumb. It's ridiculous.
It is. But then it's like, also, you're like, okay, if you don't do this, we're going to take away. We're like, no movies tonight. And we're like, we want to watch a movie tonight. So we're like, say no candy or something. Like something that we
And I'm just tired, so I don't really want to craft with you tonight. So go ahead and watch that movie.
Exactly. And it's like, you got to watch out because you might punish yourself. If your pet could talk, what's the first thing it would say about you?
That I'm a pushover, probably, too. Yeah.
I don't know. Mine
feed me. I don't know.
Yes, that's what mine would say.
I mean, not that they're shorted on food. They eat like kings, but...
Yeah, those people who have like their food set out for their dogs all day long and they just come and eat when they're hungry. Never.
At bedtime, the dog would definitely say, why are you in my bed? I'm like, oh yeah, because it's actually mine.
It's actually mine. But now, why are you coming in here? What's your guilty pleasure song that you always sing in the car?
Oh, I have no songs.
I don't have a specific song.
I am terrible with music. Somebody could say, what's the name of the song? I'd be like, I have no idea. It comes on the radio. It's on in the background. I don't pay attention.
Yeah. Even then, sometimes I just drive in silence because usually kids are hollering in the back. Silence.
If I had to pick a song that I could actually remember the name of that I like, it would probably be "Sweet Caroline" by Neil Diamond.
There you go. I like a lot of Shania Twain, so you can always build that out. So that's always.
Yeah, you're always singing that, huh?
Yep. Man, feel like a woman.
Yeah.
Always
see?
Kicking it out. Oh, I hope that's my singing career.
Yeah.
Started and ended right there. What's the most unnecessary but most loved purchase that you've ever made?
Unnecessary but most loved.
That's hard because I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary things, or like most loved things, but they are necessary. I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that one. There's probably, if I had to make a list of things around my house, there would be a ridiculous amount of things.
Yeah, like if I go through my Amazon, there's probably stuff I didn't need.
Like the other day, I wanted to water this little strip of, I'm trying to plant grass next to the commercial building. I wanted to water this little strip. I bought this automatic Wi-Fi water thing.
I'd say
I hooked it up to my hose and my one sprinkler. Yeah. Probably unnecessary, but it waters it 3 times a day for 10 minutes and it's wonderful.
That is true. Those kind of smart technology things, they're handy, but they probably are unnecessary.
Right. I have Wi-Fi thermostats on everything I own. Do I need it? Absolutely not. Do I like to look at my phone and turn the heat up? Absolutely.
It is nice. It is nice. I think, there's way too many smart technology. Everything can be automated. There's a subscription for everything.
Like I went to Ace Hardware and I was going to buy this cheap little programmable watering thing because I just didn't want to go turn the thing on 3 times a day or whatever.
Yeah.
And also I have to walk through the water to get to it. But he said, well, what would you think of a Wi-Fi one? I'm like, now you're speaking my language. It's for totally unnecessary but awesome stuff.
Okay, that's the other thing. There's a million subscriptions for everything. Like automated stuff. Like, okay, you can get a subscription for air filters for your furnace.
Oh, yeah.
It's smart.
I have one.
It's probably unnecessary, but it's actually necessary in the long run.
It's nice because they show up and I don't must be time to change it.
Yeah, because we'll be those kind of people where like we don't really go in our room, like our utility room doesn't have anything besides our utilities. Right. So unless I see it, I don't remember it. Yeah. And I'm like, I need either a reminder and just set it up. Yeah. Or something. Like this is the month to change it. But I just put it on my Walmart order and there you go. Yeah. What is the most ridiculous argument you've ever had?
I feel like it's probably one with you.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of times where I've argued either with my husband or somebody where it's like we're both mean the same thing, but we think that we don't mean the same thing.
That happens.
So we're arguing the same point, and in the end, we're like, that's what I meant. And we're like, oh.
I don't think it happens with my wife, but I feel like it happens with the
me.
Kids.
Yeah, I argue.
The kids probably more so because they're always like, this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I said to do 2 weeks ago. Why didn't you listen to it at that time?
Yeah. I think the hard part, too, is when you're... How do I want to say it? I don't know. Never mind. Just, like, we're always... Rainey and I feel like sometimes we're on the wrong page, but we both mean the same thing. It's fun. It's fun. It's not ridiculous. If someone made a movie about your life, what would it be titled? And who would play you? Oh, gosh. I'm not good with actors' names.
Who would play?
Yeah, I wouldn't. And what would your movie title be? It could only go up from here.
It'd probably be pretty boring, I gotta believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have a very interesting life, but if you like followed me around all day, you'd be like,
you'd be like, oh, this is
like it sounds interesting in the long run, right? But in the day to day, there's just a lot of staring at a computer screen, and phone calls,
or driving back and forth across town to different places.
Yeah, but well, it's like you watch a movie, you don't see people just sit there on their computer and phone all day long.
No,
like even
who would watch that?
Okay, so even real estate, like the Selling Sunset, I love watching that show, but they're never just sitting there on their computer all day long. Like they have little snippets where they're on the computer. They're just out driving around, doing all fun stuff, and having all these lunches. I'm like, yeah, it's.
Well, the lunches is kind of crazy sometimes.
Yes. So no. Do you have a fake rich person habit you treat yourself to?
I do not.
Okay, I feel like it's not really a fake rich person habit, but I feel very fancy type of thing. Okay, so I feel very fancy when I go and get like a drink from Scooters because I'm not really a big coffee person.
Sure.
We just have like, we fill our water bottles up at home and we put like a drink mix packet thing in it. That's what we do. But when all of a sudden it's like, I feel like a Scooters drink, I feel fancy then. Like, we got this fancy mixed drink.
Yeah, I drink black coffee, so.
Yeah, see, it's like that kind of thing makes me feel fancy.
If I go out for lunch at one of the coffee shops, though, I will get one of those because they're really good.
Yeah, but it makes you feel fancy, like a fancy mixed drink. Even, like, it doesn't even have to have alcohol. Those are good, though, but it doesn't have to. It's just, like, that's my fancy thing. Or, like, eating out at a nice restaurant in the middle of the day. Oh, that's when I feel fancy. Yeah. Like, we have our lunch spots, but, like, if we go to Sioux Falls and you eat out at a steakhouse in the middle of the day, that's just crazy.
Pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, I feel fancy then. It doesn't take much. Would you rather, ridiculous edition, oh gosh, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? What? I'd rather not fight.
I'd rather fight one horse-sized duck.
Same here, but also it's just because I don't want 100.
I feel like if you get a little horses coming after you, it's going to be bad. There's going to be a lot of hoofs flying.
Yeah. But one giant duck, I feel like ducks can be mean.
That is a really random thing to ask.
But you're only running from one thing.
Yes.
Like, all the horses.
I only have one to defeat, not 100.
That's true.
Yes.
Would you rather always say everything on your mind or never speak again?
Always say everything on my mind.
I would start that.
If you could get away with that,
yes.
I think it would actually be beneficial for people to do that.
Yeah.
But also hurtful.
Feel like, yes. I was like, it could get hurtful, but I feel like sometimes, depending on the right person, some people can take it as good criticism.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just need somebody on their side. I hate it when I just want my husband on my side. I'm like, we gotta be mad about the same things and happy about the same things and stuff. So you
just have to tell him.
Yeah. And I'm like, I just need you to be mad. I hate this too. But I'm like, you don't say what's on your mind or what if you think I'm wrong. I'm not wrong, okay? Just be on my side and we'll get over it together. Would you rather have spaghetti hair or sweat maple syrup?
Oh,
these are crazy.
I think I would do spaghetti hair. No. Because maple syrup sweat would be so sticky.
Okay, yeah, but is it just like the smell or is it actually sticky?
If I was sweating syrup, that'd be disgusting.
I feel like I don't sweat too much, so. But I mean, if you do, though, that'd be
and
really
I could always
messy.
Trim my spaghetti noodle hair.
Oh, that's true. You're a guy. See, like as a woman, that'd be annoying. So, put a little sauce on top. How would you wash it? Do you actually use shampoo or do you use sauce? That's the question.
You'd probably just use boiling water.
Soften it up. I guess it'd be really soft then. Yeah. Would you rather be stuck in a rom-com or a zombie apocalypse? 100% rom-com.
Yeah.
I'd rather be laughing than trying to survive.
There you'd be out for fancy lunches and doing whatever.
Yeah, just laughing.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Here's a expose yourself question.
Oh.
What's something you're embarrassingly bad at?
Algebra.
I actually love numbers, so that's.
I like if you put it in the form of a $, I can figure it out. Yeah. If you tell me to do y plus x equals blah blah blah,
that's true.
I can't do that.
When it comes to like the graphing, stuff like that, I don't use. But like actual numbers, like percentages, numbers, adding, balancing stuff out, great.
And my balance, I'm very bad at balancing on like skateboards.
And balancing! I didn't even like balancing.
No, nothing like that. I'm okay with because I don't do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, my mom's still the person who fills out like your check register.
Oh yeah,
and it's always so funny.
I could, but it's like
she's off like 1 penny.
I know if I spend X amount of dollars in a day, I know exactly. I can remember that for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and then I put it in the file.
I understand why you do it. But also, I'm like, there's online banking now.
Yeah.
Like, if all of a sudden.
But no, balancing on a skateboard or rollerblades is a crapshoot. It's horrible. I got on a skateboard, a longboard once, and I went from standing on it to laying flat on my back on the pavement. Instantly.
I feel like I would not be good at, like, surfing, skateboarding, anything like that. Water sports, probably not great at. Like, I can swim, but I'm not, like, a big water sport person.
I will canoe, which is sketchy, but I won't kayak because it scares me that I'm gonna tip over.
It's very kayaks. I think that I'm not really afraid of water, but I'm also I don't like creatures in water, so that's where my water stuff kind of cuts off. I grew up by the river, but don't leave me in the water that long. I was really good at tubing because I didn't want to fall in the water. It was like death grip. I will stay on that tube forever.
Well, somebody needed to drive faster.
Yeah, and then when I get in the water, I look like I'm drowning because I'm like, if I move fast enough, all of the fish will stay away from me.
Oh, everybody needs to go camping next to Brittany when she's doing this.
Oh my god. What's your go-to lie when you're trying to get out of plans? Let me ask my husband. I'm busy that day. My go-to lie. Let me ask my husband.
It's not really a lie because most of the time I am busy.
Yeah. But... my whole thing is I'll be like, let me ask my husband. He has no clue what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good thing.
Right. Yeah.
But sometimes he's doing stuff. Fine. We love getting interrupted. Okay.
Because we just got a showing request, had to take a short break.
Yes.
And
it's great. So what happens is, the moment you have to go to the bathroom, the moment you have to get in the shower, the moment you sit down for dinner, you'll get a showing request. So always eat, always shower. There you go. You're good.
Yeah.
You're busy.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So back at it. What are you
exposing yourself? That's where we're back at. So what is a trend you secretly loved but would never admit in public until now?
A trend I secretly loved.
Yeah.
I don't get on the trends too much. So.
Me either. All the trends I can think of is like the cold water dumping one. And
I never loved
the dance things. No, I don't love any of those.
Don't love dance things.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. I'm good. Move on.
Good. Perfect. When was the last time you laughed so hard you cried, and what caused it?
Oh, it's probably when I'm out UTVing and other people are terrified and I get an adrenaline rush and I just laugh until I cry and then I can't see what I'm doing because I'm crying.
So then they're screaming more.
They're screaming more and it's just a vicious cycle.
I don't think I'd ever want to ride with you on a UTV. So, okay. I cry a lot when I'm laughing super hard and I get the giggles a lot and I have really bad nervous laughter. So I laugh a lot. But the other day, you know how people are like, ha, 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 when they laugh? Sometimes I have like a silent laugh, like, laugh. Okay. My daughter mocked me. And it was the funniest thing ever. Because Randy's always like, oh, your silent laughter, making fun of me. And Bexley's like, you're so mean. And I was like, then I started laughing like that.
Gotta love just like, kids.
Gotcha. She's very good at mocking. Or she'll be like, she'll say, I'll tell her to do something. I'll be like, Bexley, you need to pick up your toys. And she'll look at me and be like, that's what you sound like. And it's so sassy, but it's so funny. And I'm like, this is what, when your parents say, like, you get back at, like, the kids get back at you for your attitude. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, that's.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Just for chaos questions.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Interesting.
Chaotic. What is your dream reality show to star in? Real or made up? Oh, gosh.
Well, it's not a reality show if it's made up.
Right? Unreality.
Unreality.
Yeah. Would you have a reality show?
Well, if I was interesting enough, maybe. But what would I do on it?
I don't know. Okay. There's like reality shows I like to watch, but I never want to be on.
We could have a reality of Huron real estate show.
Reality for real estate. Reality.
Yeah.
I think that'd actually be kind of cool. Yeah. You would follow us around.
And it would just be like, I think how I would do it is I would want to cut out all the boring stuff and just do the bloopers that are happening.
Yeah. So like selling sunset,
and it wouldn't be
but
bloopers, but it'd be.
Yeah. Just bloopers of real estate. There's a lot of times where I'm just staring at my screen, so that's probably what you get.
Right.
What did I read on? I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool, actually, to do a video, like a show like that. But I think it would be good, though, to show some of the boring stuff because people think
have to, yeah,
people think our lives are like so fantastic.
But it would have to be on like super speed because you don't want to watch me staring at the
It would be dramatic, though, because there would be like I wouldn't say arguments, but there's disagreements because, like we've talked about before, people read things different ways, and you can't make everything understandable.
And it would be really fun to watch both sides of it.
Yes. And then, like, you sit down behind the couch and be like, so this person said this.
Yeah.
And then they're like, here's the actual messages. It'd be bad. Yeah. There's a lot of things on real estate that's wrote down, so.
Right.
We usually have to be nice about it. If aliens landed and asked you to show them one thing to represent Earth, what would you show them?
Oh, Lord.
Cell phones. I mean, like, this is how we live.
I mean, that would be a good one.
This is how we live. That
cell
McDonald's.
phone or
like this is Earth. You can just go and get a burger.
Or even a vehicle,
Or vehicles, yeah. Like we don't
I always thought it would be interesting, like, okay, if you could bring somebody back to life from 200 years ago and then put them into today's environment where you're driving in traffic, you've got all these flashing lights, all these signs, all the other cars. What would that do to somebody from 200? Would that like shut them down completely?
You think about it, go backwards. You going back to the other, like past lives where there wasn't cell phones, there wasn't, you know,
post office.
Yeah, there wasn't like the post office, and you go back and you're just like, well, I don't know where my wife is. I don't know when she's coming home. I don't know anything.
It'd be different because
it'd be weird.
If you know, back then, if you just didn't, you know, if somebody got in a disagreement, they just shot the other person.
Yeah.
Today, that's illegal.
Yeah, don't do that. But we disagree a lot. So but it's crazy to see like which worlds would you survive in more, like coming from the past life into technology or going backwards. I think coming into technology would be easier. It'd be a whole learning experience, but also like it gets better. Whereas I don't know, back then, especially if you've had it before, to lose all contact with people, that'd be hard.
Yeah.
Unless you're like definitely a person who likes to be by themselves. It's different. Right. But we live off technology, so it's hard.
It is. It would be a challenge for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's our insight for today.
Yeah.
If you need anything real estate wise, let our office know. 605-352-3332.
We're throwing out phone numbers.
Like, comment, and share this on all platforms.
I had to think about the number. I'm like, did you just give your cell phone number? How rude.
No, I did not.
No, that's the office, okay? And ask for Brittany.
Yeah. Or whoever's here.
Okay. Yeah. There's always somebody around.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a great week.
Bye.
And remember, who you work with matters.